Every child needs to learn how to swim. But when a child doesn't want to cooperate, many parents end up giving up. In my 20 years of teaching, the most common excuse I hear is that the parents don't think the child is ready yet. But the truth is, they are. And there is a breakthrough just around the corner. But how do we get there? In this video, I will take you behind the scenes of a real-life swim lesson with a swimmer named Ted. Like many young children, Ted really struggles with his first lesson. You're gonna see how I turn things around while providing you the tips you need to have your own breakthrough with your child.
Here, I'll take them.
You can sit.
Let's turn and slide in.
Ooh. Oh, it feels good.
I know, it's a brand new thing. But you know what I heard about you, Teddy? I heard you're big and brave. Are you big and brave? First thing I see is parents getting too emotionally involved. No one wants to watch their child struggle and cry. So watch the first part of this lesson to see what Ted's dad does that helps him move forward.
Aaron, would it be easier if I go sit in the car?
Or you could sit in that porch there, whichever.
I'll go sit in the car.
I've been doing this for almost 30 years. So.
Okay.
Here's a pro tip. Sometimes kids do better when their parents aren't right there. Ted's dad had the right instinct and stepped away, telling Ted he'd be right back with his towel. That little bit of space helped Ted focus on me and the lesson instead. I gave him two choices, like which song we would sing or if he wanted to pour on the figures. Okay, I'm gonna choose then. But hey, sometimes toddlers are just gonna be resistant. When he didn't want to engage, I just kept going with the activity to show him that it's all good. Eventually, we'll get there. Gulp, 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 look. Oh no! We're gonna swim together, and then we're gonna get out and play. Did you go to school today? Yeah? What's the name of your school? So here's the deal. Swim lessons are totally new for Ted, and preschool, that's his comfort zone. So I'm trying to bridge the gap and make this whole thing feel a little more familiar and fun for him. I gently pull him away from the step. Of course, he points right back to the step. Like, no thanks, I'm good. But hey, that's a perfect moment to teach him how to swim back to it. It's all about finding the balance between giving him a little push to try new things and keeping him comfortable with me and the pool.
We're gonna go swim over there, but we have to kick our feet. How can we do it? Kick. There you go. You're doing it.
Here's the second thing parents need to know. It can be difficult to engage kids in learning new skills, so it's important to make swim lessons fun and relatable for young kids. Watch what I do here to engage Teddy. So before Ted's first lesson, I did a little detective work and asked his parents about his favorite movie. Turns out, it's Moana. You know I came prepared, so I brought some Moana toys to the pool to make things extra fun. We started swimming with the toys, and while he was distracted by the magic of Moana, I snuck in some swim practice. First up, breath control. I poured a little water over his head since he was pretty calm at the time, but yeah, he was not a fan.
Did the goggles help?
Instead of making a big deal out of it, I hyped him up, gave him a hug, and we moved on to the next thing. Progress is progress, right?
Who goes next? Look at this book.
At this point, I'm pulling out all the stops to help Ted feel more comfortable in the pool. My next move is reading a book with him. Yep, story time in the water. Different kids take to different things, so I'm basically throwing everything I've got to help him feel more secure. At first, he's giving me that not interested look, but then he starts sneaking peeks at the book. Little moments like this build trust and make him feel safe.
Do you want to sit right here?
This is a huge win for Ted in his first lesson. He's not trying to escape anymore. And for the first time, I'm not even holding him. He's staying close to me and actually enjoying the moment as I pour water. He's trying to relax and have fun. Sure, it's not full-on swim school just yet, but this right here is the foundation. Building trust and showing him that swim lessons can actually be fun. That's what this is all about. I introduced a pool barbell to give him some independence. It helped him balance while practicing his kicks, and even though he was hesitant at first, he gave it a go. The third mistake I see is when parents force or push kids to do certain skills before they're ready. I get it, kids need to learn to swim, But it's important that kids learn to enjoy swimming and not be scared. So I pull out the baby doll to show Ted how we go underwater, trying to hype him up to give it a shot. Spoiler alert, he's not feeling it and takes off. It's fine, I'm not gonna force it. What's way more important right now is that he finishes the lesson with a smile and remembers it as a fun experience. That way, when we come back next time, we can pick up right where we left off and keep building on his swim skills from there. All right, so here we are with Teddy at his second lesson, and he's almost more resistant. He knows what's coming, and he's like, no thanks, I'll pass. Totally normal though. I tell him, we're just gonna play today, not swim, hoping that'll get him on board. You can see he gives me a little hug and lets me comfort him, which is a big step, even though he's still a bit nervous. We're singing Slippery Fish again because this is how we start every lesson. This time I do pour water over his hair, as I think he'll do fine with it despite his initial resistance.
That one's Ted.
Okay, so this was a total game changer. Ted loved the ducks. We pretended they were his family, and he was so excited to swim to them. Not only was he having a blast, but we also worked on kicks and pulls without him even realizing it. This is why I love using toys during lessons. They make the hard work feel like play.
You're doing so good.
All right, we're back to water pouring to practice some breath control. I'm mixing things up a little bit in this lesson, focusing on the fun stuff to keep Ted engaged, but also sneaking in a little push to work on those important swim skills.
Okay, Teddy's turn. Do you want to pour it on your head, or do you want me to do it? Okay.
I try the classic 2 positive choices move. Should I pour or do you want to? A little or a lot? Spoiler alert, Ted's not having either option, so I make the call for him. He's definitely not thrilled at first, but guess what? The tears stop pretty quickly after, and we're right back on track.
Good job, Ted. That's okay.
Bubble time! Ted's not exactly excited about it, so I show him how to blow bubbles, and while he's still not into it, I just gently dip his mouth in the water. It's a good first step.
You did it! Good job.
Then we switch things up and grab the barbell. This is all about helping Ted build some independence in the water. Instead of me holding him the whole time, he gets to work on balancing all by himself. It's a big move, and he's doing great. So again, Teddy loves the ducks, and honestly, it's the perfect chance to sneak in some good swimming practice. He's so excited about saving the ducks, and I take the opportunity to work on his breath holding skills. I give him a quick little dip underwater as he goes for the ducks, and guess what? He's so focused on grabbing them, he doesn't even mind going underwater. Total
I'm
win.
going to show you one more thing.
Today's mission, back floats. To kick things off, I show Teddy how Moana floats, because obviously if she can do it, so can he, right?
Moana's going to come with us. Let's float.
Then it's his turn. He struggles a little bit at first, but it's nothing he can't handle, so we give it another shot.
Good job, Ted.
And on the second try, he totally gets it, and he rolls out of the back float with a big smile.
Good job.
Here's the deal. Practice and repetition are everything when it comes to learning how to swim. If your kiddo gets upset and you have to skip a skill, no worries. Just circle back to it once they've calmed down. And if they try something once, don't just check it off and move on. Keep at it until they really nailed it. It's all about building those skills step by step. For the grand finale of the lesson, we circle back to breath holding skills. We gotta keep building on the progress. We start by dipping different body parts in the water. Since a lot of kids don't love the whole water in the ear thing, it's a perfect time to get them used to it. When it's time to try putting his face in, Ted is like, no thanks, but I gently guide him anyway. And guess what? He totally does it. I know next time he'll be ready to go all the way underwater. And the best part of this lesson, at the end when Ted's mom showed up, he didn't run to her crying like he did last time. Instead, he proudly showed her what he had learned.
Oh, look, Mommy's back. What? Did you go swimming today? Yeah. Did you have fun? Can we show Mommy how you do your pulls and kicks?
Seeing kids light up with pride is why I love teaching swimming. Ted has come so far in just 2 lessons.
Oh, good job. Nice job, Ted. That was so cool.
The third lesson is magic. From this point on, Ted really enjoys swimming and he tries everything willingly. He has become such a great swimmer, and I'm so happy that his parents stuck with it and encourage Ted to keep trying. You can show your support by splashing that like button and subscribing to our channel. And if you're looking for an easy way to start swim lessons with your child, don't forget to download our free lesson plan at daybreakswim.com/lesson plan.